Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 19th. And the very first words in the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, tell us how God created all things and called all things good and beautiful. God starts with the heavens and the sky and the earth and the waters and the streams and the animals, and they're all beautiful and good in God's eyes. And then God creates humankind at the same time, male and female, it says, at the same time, to enjoy all of these things that God has created. And we are good and beautiful as well. I think we should always start with chapter 1 of a book. I had a friend once who told me that she used to read the last chapter in a book first. And when I asked her why, she said, well, if I never get around to reading it or I don't finish it, at least I'll know how the book ends. And at one time I thought, what a wonderful idea to always know how things end. But now I know that that's not very useful at all. If I don't know how things begin, I don't know if I can't experience the middle of it, what meaning does the ending have? There's also a creation story in chapter 2 of Genesis that's very different, but I think some of us know parts of that even better than chapter 1. And it starts off with God creating Adam first and sees that Adam is kind of lonely. And so God creates the animals and the sky and the earth and all of those other things to try to cheer Adam up. And when God sees that Adam is still lonely, God decides to create Eve to be with Adam. And God does. And then the story continues from there. And that's a wonderful story. God recognizes that we need other people in our lives to help us and be our companions. But it's back in chapter 1 that we get the real context of even chapter 2 and everything else that follows in the Bible, that God created all things good and beautiful, including us. There's a wonderful verse in the Song of Solomon, also called the Song of Songs, chapter 4, verse 7, that says, "You are created beautifully, my love. In you there is no flaw." Later on in the Bible, in one of the letters of Paul to the Ephesians, he writes, "For we are created in God's image, and we are God's masterpiece." Imagine if that was the message that we all got. Imagine if that was the only message that we got in life. Imagine if we only read chapter 1 of book 1 in the Bible, that we would simply go through life knowing that all things are beautiful, including you and me. And so let's start this middle of the week reaffirming in ourselves just how beautiful we are simply because God created us that way. Will you pray with me, please? Holy One, continue to open our hearts and our souls and our ears and our eyes to see all the beautiful things that you created for us to enjoy, including the beauty of one another, which is exactly how you see us. Amen.